sports. It's in the game. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From beautiful Pebble Beach, California, it's live second-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Well, let's face it, Mother Nature's just showing off this week. Pebble Beach, one of the crown jewels of American sport in all its glory, as we look at the Friday leaderboard. Our leader on this Friday is our featured golfer. He's on top by 1 entering play. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. Nothing wrong with that. Inside of 5 feet. Nicely done. A 4-footer here for birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a birdie here at 1. And coming off the 63 yesterday, he'll move to 1 under for his round today.
Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
That one going to be in great shape. So following the birdie at 1, a solid drive here at the second. Now a big spot here for something good. This is a short second to the par 5. This one has a chance to be close. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Sitting in the catbird seat right now after 2 perfect golf shots. Now this for an eagle. Oh yeah, it is a dream beginning to the round. A birdie at 1, now an eagle here at the second. How about 3 under through 2 holes and just getting started. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. You do have the option. If you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. We'll remind you that coming up next week, we move from the serenity of the Pacific Ocean here at Pebble Beach to a scene that will be anything but calm. That is the Waste Management Phoenix Open down at TPC Scottsdale. Frank, I always think different venues, sort of different soundtracks. Pebble is crashing waves with Argyle sweaters. The Waste Management Phoenix Open, it's like a nightclub in Prague at about 2 in the morning.
I've been to Prague too, yeah. Except Prague doesn't have the 700,000 people. It's the greatest gate. Some say the greatest show on grass. It really is. That 16th hole, I'll tell you just one quick little story. Tom Watson, in his heyday with the late Bruce Edwards on the bag, it was the one hole he changed his routine. He would get Bruce to go ahead to the tee, all those people around, and he'd just say, give me the club and hit it. It was the one time he broke tradition. It's absolute frenzy at Scottsdale.
Just a little beyond the hole, but pretty handy right Okay, nicely done. That's in for birdie here at 3. And he'll move to 13 under par for the tournament.
Wow, a day's worth of breathtaking shots, Frank, from the players and the Pacific Ocean. There it is, and this begins that beautiful 7-hole stretch along the ocean. Short, par 4, 4th hole.
And this is also where some of these decisions become quite critical. Do you try and drive this green 330 yards to the front, or do you worry about that little pop bunker on that left side, which is about 250 yards to get over it? Because that's what narrows this fairway down. But it plays uphill.
And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out. Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Not much to that. It is a birdie here at 4, and he's got it to 14 under par. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Now this for another birdie. How about the speed here? Are you kidding? That is exceptional from that distance. That is worth a wow. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he's going to maintain that substantial lead. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot from the rough at the par 5 6th hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Malter, the announcer, said, it's just not a fair fight. He was right.
So after reaching this green in 2, this a sizable putt for an eagle. That's a good stroke. Doesn't quite get the reward of the eagle, but
A birdie would be a nice consolation, right?
Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. He moves to 15 under.
Tee at number 7, and Frank, this is the shortest hole in championship golf. It is also one of the most beautiful holes in championship golf.
Yeah, it certainly is, and people assume that short is easy, but just look how small that target is.
Yeah, that's a good spot right there, and a chance now for a birdie here at 7. Chance now for another birdie. Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. We head now to the 416-yard 8th hole, one of the premier par 4s in golf. Fairway wood or long iron off the tee, giving way to a long approach over the cliffs and a yawning chasm below. This is left all the way. And now problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Ball sitting in the heavy stuff to the left of the fairway. Got a couple options. Most likely going to have to play out left of the green. Going to be difficult to get the ball on the surface. Another option is to consider a layup.
Are you really going to take that seriously? That ball wasn't even going to land on the green, but it's finished up fine.
Substantial movement on this putt right to left, and it's from distance, so this one not just about speed, but line as well. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and that's going to keep this large lead right where it is.
Frank, you might be tempted to just stare off at the Pacific Ocean. It's right there, but you'd also better have your focus on what is one of the more challenging par 4s in the game.
Yeah, this stretch, 8, 9, 10, demands just not just concentration, but really great shots. The tee shot here has to be struck absolutely flush down that left side. And the reason why, if you look closely, is this fairway, just everything moves to the right. So if you sort of pitch it in the middle of the fairway or the right-hand side of the fairway, it's going to go in the rough and leave you a really difficult second shot. So a great drive here is rewarded.
And that, I do believe, is into the bunker. So Nota, a second shot now from the bunker.
Ball did just find the fairway bunker down the left. Now a lot of really poor options. Angle to the green is shut off, and the front is protected by a deep bunker.
Now, that was a tough shot coming out of the fairway bunker. So really, all in all, that's an excellent approach.
Now this for another birdie. never in doubt. What a great putt that is. It's a birdie here at the 9th. And that is going to mean this was a 28 on the front side. 7 under par. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay. And the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is. But it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right. And if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this. That one is really long, Frank. He miscalculated there.
Well, there has to be something. I mean, from where he was, that's just an aberration. Seriously, that little green patch down the end there with a flag in it, that's where you're meant to go. Not like sailing over yonder.
Yeah, that'll do just fine. Had a pretty good run at that, and par should be pretty well within reach. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he's going to remain at minus 16.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. But number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, this you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And he'll stay right where he is. This 12th hole certainly not as famous as some of the other par 3s here at Pebble Beach, like number 7 or 17. But 12's a good one at 202 yards. Ideally, you want to work this right to left, just a baby draw, and try to get it to land softly because the green tends to be really firm. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. A 5-footer now for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And he's just continuing to pour it on here on this Friday.
Well, this par 4 13th hole doesn't show up on a lot of postcards the way, say, the 8th hole would. But Frank, this is a legitimate and challenging par 4, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. 400 yards, but it plays longer than that by virtue of being uphill. But the addition of those 3 bunkers in on the right side have certainly shrunk the width of this fairway. Plus, it still tips from the right side to the left side. And you've got an uphill second shot. So yeah, I've seen everything here. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, you name it.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. That pin in the front right quadrant of the green today as he stares down his second. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Well judged. That is in for par here at 13. And he'll hold tight at 17 under par. We arrive now at the 582-yard par 5 14th. It is one of the hardest holes on the PGA Tour, year in, year out. This is a bear. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. What a good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank. Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
Oh, yeah, what a putt there. A second eagle of the round, no less. He has been on his game so far.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of 4 bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. Good soft hands. That is nicely done. Now this for another birdie. Yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And he continues to just build up a massive lead for the weekend. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes all of golf. The march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16. Key here, carry the island bunker. And this one gonna settle into the bunker off the tee. Not an ideal result there. Hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be. That's a good putt. Just needed a little more behind it. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll stay at 20 under.
th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that 3 and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure 8 on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Long putt here. This will require good touch. Yes, the speed spot on. It's a late birdie here at 17. And he moves to 21 under par. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here. And then you let it rip. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. What a second shot, and Frank, he has a chance for yet, can you believe this, another eagle?
Yeah, I thought one was enough, Rich. 2, wow, that's a little greedy, right? A chance for 3 eagles?
Come on, another eagle on the round. And that means that with the eagle, this will not only break 60, but it will be a round of 58. Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank?
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire team, I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.